What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Should we talk about football?
Should we talk about football?
Let's talk about football.
Game week. What?
26.
Episode. What?
That's mad. Episode 7. That's mad.
What?
What?
That
Yo,
means we've been doing this for 7 weeks back to back. No breaks,
4
no.
weeks.
Yes,
Consistency
Bado.
on
You
deck.
guys might have missed last week's episode. So go back and watch last week's episode.
Good point.
Then come back and watch this week's episode.
And
Because
don't
last week's
forget,
episode, issue with the promo, but it's there. It's live.
exactly. So, and don't forget to follow us all our socials. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, and not TikTok yet, but soon come.
Mhm.
That's in the works. Anyway,
And don't
let's
forget
get
one last thing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't
yeah.
already.
Comment down
Make sure
below.
you do that.
You might
Yeah,
as
we
well
want the
before the
support.
video started, like it already. Just like it.
Exactly. Just subscribe. Do everything. Just do
Do it.
everything right now.
Yeah.
Just comment. Just be like, greatest video received. That's it.
Boom. All right.
Yeah,
So
and you're
let's
done.
get into this. Let's enter this.
Get into
Away
it.
games episode 7. All right. Weekend
Mhm.
fixtures. Where should we
Cool.
start? Should we start with let's leave our teams to end.
Mm.
Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Like
So
what was
who
lunchtime
played?
kickoff?
I've completely forgotten who kicked off at lunchtime. One sec. Let me just check. Welcome to away games.
I remember your screen completely went as well. The thing is, I remember having to memorize it because I wasn't looking at my screen of fixtures like when we were doing our predictions.
Oh yeah, of course. So it was City versus West Ham. So we have game City versus West Ham, West Brom versus Brighton, Leeds versus Villa, Newcastle versus Wolves.
City versus West Ham.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
My prediction for that was City 3-0 because I thought if they scored early enough, then the floodgates
Mhm.
were open. Like, and and obviously they hadn't conceded for so long as well. So
Yeah.
those two factors together, I just thought City had it in it.
Mhm.
But West Ham were resilient and they played quite well. And they did well to get a goal back. I thought that move was really good as well because a
Really
lot
good.
of their passes kept on breaking down when they were in
Mhm.
midfield. It was really frustrating because it's like
Yeah.
City pressed them high up and they couldn't get
Mhm.
out of their half. But then there was that one move. I think it was from a throw-in, and then Jay Lings, my boy, just like kind of he didn't switch the play. He just got into the center. I think was it? I've forgotten. Manaus. I've forgotten who it
No,
was.
it was
So someone
it
like
beginning with a C.
basically someone's passed out to like the right wing, and then there was a nice cutback. Jay
Yeah, it was their
Lings
number 5.
taps it in, and then Antonio got
Michaela. Yeah.
made sure that it went in. So I thought it was a nice move, the best move
Nah.
of the match to be fair.
I
But
think
yeah, they
West
were
Ham
unlucky.
actually played. I think they played really well, and I don't think they have anything to hide from that game. They really came up against City and just played toe for toe. They really tried. My prediction was a 2-0 because I did think West Ham would be a bit harder for Man City than many of the other teams that they faced so far this season. So I don't think it was going to just be a walk in the park for them because I just had a feeling that West Ham were going to give it a shot. I didn't expect them to score neither because of how long they've gone without scoring, without conceding. Sorry, I think it
Yeah,
was December 8th or something like that.
something
I think
dumb.
they said something like 18 or 19 hours since they last conceded a goal.
You see, silly stuff. That is crazy
And
records, man. I'm really afraid of City. Just in terms of their legacy, like because we spoke a few weeks ago. So make sure you guys check that out. We spoke about City's status as a big club, and we are talking about how many titles they've won now in comparison to like English football clubs' history in terms of winning titles, and not just league
yeah,
titles like FA Cups and stuff like that. And they're well and truly up there. And then they've done unprecedented stuff like 100 points and domestic treble. But
yeah, if they're able to get the quad,
but that's always it. If I remember, United used to go through patches like that in 2008, even the year after. Even though on the team sheets, like sometimes it wasn't even that great. But Sir Alex is Sir Alex, and he just does Sir Alex
yeah,
stuff. And yeah, like I was like, rah, quadruple. We're still in every tournament and we're a
every
good
tournament.
team. And it's like Man
Mm.
City are kind of going through the same thing now. So
Yeah, no, I still do think Bayern Munich are going to win the Champions League, but I think City might make it to the final.
that'll be interesting. Can they have that route without playing Bayern? I don't know how it
I don't
is.
know. I don't know yet. I haven't had a look at the route, but if they don't get to play Bayern, I think it'd be really nice to see. I think the two best teams in the Champions League at the moment, and that's not even a doubt, is Man City and Bayern Munich. I don't think Madrid or Barcelona have the strength, even PSG have the strength to compete with those two teams if they come against them. Actually, I take that back. I think PSG could compete with Man City.
Yeah, but I don't know about compete. I don't think like their ball possession is like anywhere near as good as Man City's. But yeah,
Mm,
there will be a challenge though because like
yeah,
their attacking force is stronger than Man City's attacking force. But
yeah,
obviously the game is more than just
yeah.
up front.
And if, for example, Man City were to perform the way they did against West Ham, I guess to say like PSG,
Mm,
I think they'd lose that game. And that's not saying that City were performing poorly in any way, shape, or form. They performed well, but it's just the standard to be able to win the Champions League is a lot higher.
yeah, but it's different though
There,
because like
yeah,
that sort of performance against West Ham, like it might not suit how PSG play. So it might even be worse.
mm,
Like not that obviously West Ham are not a better team than PSG, but sometimes it's like performances, styles make performances. Like you might have a style that just doesn't. So Man City versus PSG will be a really interesting one. Like
mm,
yeah, yeah, that should happen. Like hasn't happened much. I can't even remember it
no,
happened, but yeah,
neither
I
can
think
I.
that'll be an interesting one still.
No, but Man City PSG will be interesting. Bayern Munich, Man City will be interesting, and I think Bayern Munich PSG will also be interesting.
Yeah, I
Those are
think
the
those are the
three
three.
games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are the three games that are really like interesting to look at to watch if they do come up in the Champions League this season.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah,
Um,
so the rest of the weekend, well, that Saturday, I think, what was it? West Brom. Who did West Brom play again?
I don't know. Let me check.
Because I remember getting one of them right. Because your
I
prediction for Man City was 2-0, so you were a little closer than me, but
mm,
you don't get any points for being close. You have to get it right.
oh,
We,
do you know what? We need to work on how this point system works
yeah.
because I think it's 3 point. It should be 3 points there for correct score
Score
and correct
one,
result.
no, 1 point for correct result.
Yeah, 1 point for correct. So it's 3 points for correct score and the right result. Because, for example, if I predict 2-1 and it's 2-1 the other way around, that's just wrong.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying so
Yeah.
it's 3 points for the correct score and 1 point for the correct result. So 4 points if you get both.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay, I get
yeah,
what you mean. Yeah, yeah. And then you just get 1 point if you get the correct result.
yeah. Actually, no. Do you know what? We should? If you get the correct score, then you have got the correct result. So let's just make
Yeah,
it 3 points for correct score
the correct
and
for
one
getting
point.
the correct point
Yeah,
for
yeah,
just
yeah,
getting the right team to win.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Calm,
Okay, cool.
calm, calm, calm. All
Um,
right. Yeah, West Brom. You did.
the West Brom Brighton. I thought
Yeah,
Brighton were gonna win that game.
it was 1-0 to West Brom. Innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one right still. Jeez,
Really thought
3 points on the
Do you know
table
what? Yeah, I've been
for
saying
West
this
Brom
week
and
in,
me.
week out, week in, week out is I Sam Allardyce does not get relegated, and I don't know why I thought he was going to lose this game. I don't know. Week in, week out, I'm saying Sam Allardyce does not get relegated.
So yeah,
He is.
yeah, so
You know
there's
when you
no
look at
reason.
last week you're saying Arsenal don't get relegated.
Yeah,
Right next to that it says Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce and Arsenal do not get relegated. That's what it says.
that's an interesting one still. It's an interesting one.
Yeah,
Wouldn't put it
yeah,
at the same scale, but I get it. I get it. I get it still. I get it.
yeah. But yeah, no, I genuinely thought Brighton were going to win it. And they, to be fair, they missed two penalties and then a free kick was allowed, which is
Yeah. No, I didn't follow most of the games to be fair. I just saw those like that game, like I knew it was gonna be like one goal in it. So I was never
true.
gonna like look at it in depth, but I just see highlights. Um
Oh,
it's the only games that really, really like draw me in are obviously United games and then when I've got players who I believe can like take a
cool.
game by the scruff of the neck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Game changers in some capacity, or they've just got a style of play that I'm like, yeah, Allardyce,
mm,
I don't really mess with his style of play, to be fair, you know.
yeah, no,
So yeah,
yeah, no, no. I get what
I'm
you
not trying to
mean.
analyze it like that, but I'm glad that I got a prediction right. Yeah, man.
No, I didn't get that one right at all.
Did you get
Then
any
the
others
next
on
was,
Saturday?
I don't think so.
Did you get results right
Uh,
at least?
huh?
Did you get results right, even if you didn't get a score
No,
right? None.
no,
Yeesh. Apart
no.
from Man, so just Man City. Wow.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Leeds versus Villa, I expected Leeds to win. Villa won
Same.
1-0.
I
Yeah,
expected Leeds to win 3-2. That was a bit. Yeah, but there's a lot of
yeah,
injuries like for both teams. Like at this point, it's like
yeah, for real.
yeah, their game changers like weren't really there. So you know,
Uh, and then the final game. Wait, what happens when I change screen?
yeah, it just
Goes
flips. It
black.
just gets more narrow. Gets more narrow.
Okay, Newcastle versus Wolves. I expected the Wolves win. I think you got that one right.
Yeah, man, that's what I do. Get stuff right. Fam. You got to read the game. You know what I'm saying? Got to
I
read
think
the
you just
game.
got to read the game. Then on Sunday,
Did you catch the Tottenham game live?
no, I didn't watch that.
You didn't watch it. Would you see the highlights?
No, I didn't watch that. I still haven't watched the highlights of that game.
Spit on.
Uh,
So you don't know what
no,
Bell's been doing?
of course I don't, because why would I care?
He's
One
been
thing,
moving mad, fam.
do you know what? Yeah, I saw something that was like, oh yeah, Bell had one good. Somebody said put some respect on Bell's name. He's performing, and I was like, one good game,
No,
one
it's
good
because of the
game,
midweek as well, and it was like 2 in a row. So that was why it was a big deal. But
two
the
good
goals
games.
that were scored were like prime Bell. You know, like the
Oh, is
Pokemon
it?
cards, like golden
Yeah,
and that shiny. Like it was
yeah.
like that type of Bell. Like do you know,
Okay,
I haven't really played FIFA Ultimate and all that, but yeah, it was peak Bell. So
Pete Bell.
what he's known for. So that's why I was a gas thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I saw some of the comments and I was like, oh yeah, that's why I think that's why I didn't watch it because there were just two guests. It's just
You
too much
couldn't.
energy, man.
It's too painful. Yeah. No,
It's
but
not even
honestly,
painful.
if
I,
Son, Kane, and him actually play together and perform well, like that's what was anticipated at the beginning of the season, then the rest of the
yeah,
season, Tottenham might be, a proper shout for top four.
I
So
hear that. No, I hear that. I hear that. No, but the thing is, yeah, what I was more interested in is the way um Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane. That was hilarious. Jamie Carragher
extra.
was pressed. His
I wondered
chest,
why he was pressed so much though. Like
yeah,
he's
because he's a
not a
Tottenham.
Tottenham
He needs
fan.
to play for Tottenham. Yeah, he is. He's a Tottenham legend. He needs to play for Tottenham.
Yeah, but he played for Liverpool though. I thought he was a Liverpool.
But don't forget, he did the Tottenham thing. His dad managed Tottenham as
Yeah,
well.
I know his dad
Yeah,
managed Tottenham, but still, there's
yeah,
some. I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah. There's
there's a bit of
some.
love for Tottenham in him, and
Yeah.
it's like, but then I think Roy King's right that just because you are an international, but this is for extra time. This is for extra time. This is for
Yeah,
extra time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is for extra time.
Bit extra
But no,
time
he was
still.
pressed. He's pressed.
All right,
Um,
Leicester game. Let's go to our teams now. Actually, no, wait. Before that. Talk about Liverpool still. Liverpool, Sheffield United. Obviously, Liverpool got their
yeah,
win. Which
yeah,
was I think I predicted 2-0 as well. I think I
yeah. I think
predicted
so
that
too.
still. But that's because before I kept on saying that Sheffield United are gonna win. But you can
Yeah.
only do that so many times, isn't it? You know, every week if you do something enough times, yeah, it's gonna happen, and then
You know
you'll
when
be right on one
you
week.
know you know when you're doing your prediction and you need to learn a lesson.
So I was like,
This
nah,
weekend,
nah, nah.
this weekend for me, I looked at that game and I was like, yeah, nah, Sheffield United are relegated.
There's no way. There's
It's
no
like
way.
it's done. It's done. Yeah, so I think I also predicted the 2-0 to
Okay, calm.
Liverpool.
We both got 3 points.
Curtis Jones got the goal in that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's been quietly doing his thing as well. Like,
he
there's
has
a
been.
lot of other like wonder kids and stuff, or wonder kids, but like youngsters who are making a name for themselves this season. But he's been
Yeah.
quietly doing his thing. So
No, I think he's been really promising, and I think when him and Foden, whoa. Foden's different class. I think next season he could really take over that Liverpool midfield.
well, we'll see.
I
Like
think
they got a lot of people to come
yeah,
back. Although Wijnaldum should be leaving, but
yeah, I think he's going to Barca,
but yeah, I think because he's obviously been a major player in their team this year,
hmm
under like such adverse times, I think he'll be rewarded with like more game time next season.
I
Like you
agree with
don't.
that.
So we'll see. If he's good
hmm
enough, then he's old enough, as
If
people
he's
like
good
to
enough,
say.
then he deserves it.
Yeah, if you're good enough, you're
If
old
he,
enough.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
got a question
yes,
about that like later for extra time as well. So yeah, man. Let's move to Arsenal
our
and Leicester, fam.
teams.
So what battle of who should be the sixth in top six? Who should be the sixth team in top six? Is that what you better fight for? Yeah.
Man just said Tottenham are challenging for top four, and they're 2 points above Arsenal. We want that top big man. We want that top four. We just need to be consistent. That's all we need. If yeah,
So,
that's the only thing that Arsenal need where is consistency. But no, in all honesty, yeah, this game was a very good game. That first goal had me spinning because I was just like, Arsenal, we did. Because how can Tielemans not quick, you know?
oh
He's
yeah,
a very
that
average paced
confused me. You know,
midfielder.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, he's moving like a right winger, fam. I was baffed.
He's
Right.
really an average paced midfielder. Ran from a halfway line all the way at the squad. I remember watching that goal. Yeah, you know what? What's funny is when that situation happened, I stood up to go to the kitchen in it because I'm thinking, break down the communication. This
Mm.
is just gonna go out for a throw or something like. This is not gonna be nothing. You know, I'm standing up here, walking towards the kitchen, looking back like, wait, wait. Oh,
I know about them ones there. Like you're looking just in case, but really and truly in the back of your mind, you're like, there's no way this is a goal. So,
honestly,
but
in my
that's
mind, you're just like,
painful.
no,
That's
yeah.
painful. Does it ever happen to you when you walk into a room, like you've missed like maybe 30 minutes of a game or 15 or whatever? You walk into a room and then there's a goal, and it
Yeah.
happens bare times to me. I'm like, right, if I didn't come in at this time, would it have been
Would
a
that goal
goal?
have?
Do you
Do
know
you
what
know
I'm saying?
how
Especially if it's
do you know who I
England.
feel like that about? Do you know who I always feel like that about? Is United. Every time I check my Sky Sports app, yeah, club, it's 0-0. And I'm like, I don't see what's happening in the United game. As soon as I turn on the United game, bam, United scored. I'm just like, I need to stop watching United.
That's bad. Nah, keep on watching United, please. Please.
No,
You should have watched it for the Chelsea game, for flip's sake.
no, I did. I tuned in like the 85th minute because when I saw 0-0 at halftime, I was like, no, this is dead.
I was always going to be no. I predicted that as well. Jeez Louise, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, even though we're moving on, yeah, to United game, I genuinely thought 1-0.
What, for
I
United
thought
game?
you to Chelsea. No, Chelsea.
Oh, no, but for the game in general. But why did you think one? No, at what point did you think that goal was going to come?
Do you know what? That's an honest question. Uh, that's actually, but do you know what? Yeah, United had the best chance. I think. Well, from
Yeah,
what I saw, the last
exactly.
5 minutes, United did
That's
have the best chance because
bro.
of that
I was
that
telling my
counter
friend,
attack when Scott McTominay.
bro. I was telling my boy this, and he didn't want to listen. I said, come onto the podcast. I said, one day you're gonna come onto the podcast. He's a Chelsea fan, yeah, and he was like,
Mm,
like United like played whack. I'm like, you're talking. Chelsea weren't great. Chelsea weren't
no, they
good.
weren't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, they
Like I
weren't.
knew, and he was saying that United part the bus. I'm like, our midfield is not better than yours. Like
Mm,
McFred is not better than Kovacic and Kante in midfield. So you're gonna have more
yeah.
possession at times. But we had a high line, like higher line than I thought we would, because
Mm,
for a lot of the top six games, that's not how we play. And
yeah.
it's really frustrating, as you know, when I see Lindelof and Maguire together.
Hmm.
I'm just like, there's no way like we're gonna push up because we can
Hmm.
easily get caught on a break or on a
Yeah.
mistake or something like that. To be
Hmm.
fair, they had Giroud, so they don't have like a Abraham who can
Cool.
like
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
pace in behind, but they have
I don't know
wingers
why they
though.
didn't play him.
Yeah, apparently something political with him and the board
Oh,
or something. I don't know, but yeah, I was just saying to my friend like, man, you're so like these Chelsea. I don't know. It's him. He's just biased, hella biased, and
yeah.
it's um
Nah,
to be honest
they
though, like
you should have won.
yeah, that chance, like if that was if Pogba was playing, then that would have been a goal. That's like
Yeah,
McTominay doesn't have that quality some all the time. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but yeah, like they had what Chelsea had what I think 6 shots on target. We had 5, something like that.
Mm.
Like so, it was a tight game.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I completely agree with that.
a
That
lot
was
of people tend
poor.
to say that okay, the way Ollie's setting up for these games is why in the last what 6 games we ain't scored against the big six. Um, and basically post Tottenham, we just ain't conceded because them 6 goals scarred
They
us.
hurt your chest. They
And
hurt
then
your chest for
for
real.
each of those
Well,
games,
you conceded
we
against
just
us.
Yeah, we conceded against Arsenal, innit? So yeah, for each of them games after that,
Mm.
like each of them goals, like each game after that, we just didn't concede basically, apart from for the Arsenal one. Like 6 games
Yeah,
after
no.
we ain't scored. That's bad. That's so
Yeah.
bad. So it's like obviously you've got the intention to win. So I don't like it when people are saying Ollie set them up not to lose. Like
Mm-hmm.
the whole point of the counter attack is to win.
Mm.
It's I think if it happens next year, then there's an issue. But the intention is definitely not to
Yeah.
just not
I think,
lose.
do you know
Because
what?
last
Yeah.
season we were winning those games.
You pointed out to me last season is that Man United last season were beating the top six, but we're
Exactly.
losing to like West Brom,
Exactly. Now it's
Fulham, and all
flipped.
those teams there. And now it's flipped. And I think next season, if you can get just those two teams right, maybe win three more of those big six games,
Mm.
I think United are flying next season.
But that's
I
what
think
we need players for that.
exactly, and that's what I think. I think Man United have the capability to be able to attract the players that you want this summer. I think I can't lie to you. If you guys lose Pogba this summer, that's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'm
going to be a
saying that.
big loss.
So that's what I'm thinking. I want to judge Solskjaer at the end of next season because I've seen progress this season. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like crazy progress, but it's definitely progress. So if you can
I
see
mean,
the elevation from
mm,
now to next season, then I can say, yeah, no, he could be the man for it. The only thing is losing someone like Pogba. That's a big blow. But
mm,
we've still got results without him. It's just over the course of a season, that's points that you're
yeah,
losing, isn't it? So,
yeah.
but yeah, if we bring in the
Because
likes of like a Sancho and then a centre back and a central defensive midfielder, yeah, be solid.
the thing is, with losing somebody like Pogba, you're right. You're losing a big part of your team, and you need somebody to come in that's going to do the job that he was doing. You're going to
Mm.
need to replace a player like him,
Yeah,
um,
you can't really replace
because
him though.
trying to rely on Mata, Fred, and even Bruno by himself is not going to be that easy because sometimes Pogba has come in and made the difference in the games that he's been needed. He's out injured at the moment, isn't he?
Mm.
And I think losing him completely is not the same as him being injured or missing a couple of games.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Yeah,
losing him completely means literally you don't have him at your disposal anymore, obviously. And that makes those games where you could have used him, you need to replace him.
yeah. No, that we like Fred and McTominay are not good enough, innit? Mata doesn't play,
Mm,
so him being out of the squad isn't really a big deal, like right now. But
exactly.
it's like the games that he should come in for are like Europa League games and stuff,
Yeah.
to like guide the youth. But what we definitely need, um, like someone to play on the right that's top class,
Mm,
and I'll get into that when it comes to like English talent in terms of the attacking sense. And then we need a
yeah.
centre back that can stay fit and that's
Mm,
pacey and a proper like wild leader. And
mm,
then like a holding midfielder. That's
mm.
those are the three positions that will really make a difference. And then Haaland
Yeah.
just to sprinkle it. Do you know what I'm
Said he wants Sancho and
saying?
Haaland in one summer.
Bro.
You
And
want
then
financial fair play to come for you,
nah,
man.
I don't need to be straight away. Haaland can come the season after still.
You know, I feel you. But I think to be fair, when you look at when we're being honest as well, if not for City being as dominant as they would be, Manchester United would be top right now. And I wonder what the United fans would be saying in that situation.
Fam, that's another thing. It's a weird one because I mean, being top doesn't mean you're playing amazing, innit? Like, but
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, the thing is, City are playing ridiculous. But if they were having the same form that they showed at the beginning of the season, then
Yeah,
like the emphasis wouldn't be so much on Man United. But we shouldn't rely on that. Like, we shouldn't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
rely on that.
Completely. No, I get what you mean.
So
But it's just one of those things, yeah. But yeah, no, coming back to my club, what was I saying? Yeah, no, first goal was poor. Then I think we just got into the game. I've been dissing Willian for the longest time, but his performance again, like Europa League this week, have been good. He's actually really stepped up to the plate. It's kind of like because basically he came out this week and said that he wishes he didn't want to leave Chelsea. He wanted to stay at
swear
Chelsea,
down. I didn't
and
know that.
Chelsea kind of forced
He
him
said
out.
that.
And
Wow.
then he was like, he didn't want to leave London, so therefore he came to Arsenal. And it was like, right, is this what man is saying about joining my club? It was like
Rude.
it was one of those, oh, I have to go somewhere kind of thing.
Them pity ones there. Like, I'll come.
And then it was
That's
like, well,
pointed
and
it.
then when I saw him on the team sheet, I was like, no, Arteta's lost the plot. but he came through. Like I said to you, his performances in the last 2 games have been good. It's been what I've been expecting of Willian. What we've seen this season. Literally, that comment what he said is what I've seen this season. He just didn't want to be here.
Yeah, he didn't care.
He just didn't care. And whereas Pepe played really well, Laka played really well, Shaka played good, Mari Louise played good, Tierney played good, Suarez, everybody on the team played good, and they were surprised there were 6 changes for our team. And that's quite a lot to make for one game. But I think everybody just came up and like, yeah, no, I want to do it. And this is what I keep saying to Arsenal fans: is everyone keeps talking about, oh yeah, he needs to get rid of all of these other players. But I think this is what Mikel Arteta wants. He wants to be able to make as many changes as he needs, and you still perform, because that's what he had at Man City. He's not trying to come to a club now and be like, oh, do you know, I've got worse players now, so therefore let me just rely on Saka week in, week out.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to just rely on one or two players. He wants to rely on the whole
but
squad
you don't
and
have
be
the
like,
quality to do that, innit?
we don't have the quality.
That's the dilemma that we find ourselves in as well. Like it's annoying,
yeah.
but yeah.
No, not many teams can take off Kevin De Bruyne for Phil Foden. Not many teams can do that. Not many teams can have Laporte sitting on the bench, Benjamin Mendy sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Like Man City's squad depth is ridiculous, because even Liverpool don't even have that.
Yeah, Man City
Liverpool
are the only ones that have it.
Yeah.
Chelsea kind of have a decent squad, but they just haven't. Basically, my friend was saying that they just haven't been proven. But they spent so much, man. Like, and they spent on real quality and creative quality as well. The likes of Ziyech, and you got the likes of Havertz and like Werner. They've got real quality. So we'll see that might, I guess the potential might be unleashed next season. We'll see.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
But that's why I really hope the board, like United, make some transfers this summer and really try set their game up, because you don't want to be stagnant. Like, just when you've made progress compared to last season, you not doing anything in this transfers window, like that's not gonna help us. Like, Ollie's not gonna be able to, produce the same results this season, or even if he does, there'll be other teams that will still overtake. So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the same for Arsenal. I think this summer we need to make signings. I think we need a right back, because I want to sell Bellerin so badly. I think we need a young left back, somebody that wants to come up, because Tierney's the number one. I think he needs the number two. I'd actually sign Matt Ryan. I've only seen him play one game, but that one game I was actually happy with him. Don't need a centre back because Saliba's coming back. In the midfield, I'll get rid of El Neni. And I actually get rid of El Neni and keep Ceballos. As much as Arsenal fans may be like, oh my gosh, after what happened in the Benfica game, Ceballos plays well. He just had a mare. And the thing is, it's not even like he had a mare. He just made 2 mistakes, really big mistakes. But his overall gameplay was actually sick. It's so unfortunate, because it's like you played well, but it's just the fact that you just made 2 really big mistakes, and those 2 big mistakes are going to take you.
Yeah, they're glaringly obvious, isn't it?
They're glaringly obvious. But if you look at that game, he's the one that controlled that game until he got taken off.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, no.
Should we go into extra time then?
Let's go into extra time.
All right, cool, man. All right, so yeah, extra time topics.
Extra time. Well,
topics.
All
right. So before that, who is your baller and who is your wallad of the week? New feature.
New season, the end. My baller of the week, I have to give it to Mikel Antonio. For him to score against Manchester City after 19 hours, they haven't conceded it. Listen to this, they haven't conceded a goal since December, and that was an own goal. They haven't conceded to anybody like the opposition since November, beginning of November. That is mad. And I think it was Mo Salah that scored that goal. And that to me is just mad, because the teams that they've come up against, they haven't come up against small boy teams, They've come up against the top 6 during that time. And the top 6 have just been unable. So Mikel Antonio gets my baller of the week. Played well. He did one mad skill that I don't think he did intentionally, but it worked.
You're giving him baller. All right, fair enough. He should have owned. Big up him, though. I like him.
And then my wallad of the week. Actually, no, go for your baller of the week, then do wallads at the same time. Do your baller of the week.
Um, I think I'm gonna give it to manager. So
Mhm,
baller of the week doesn't have to be just a player. It could be anyone who's done something sick. And I hate to say it, but I'll give it to Pep, to be honest. Like, I think just in the sense of a lot of people doubted him at the beginning of the season
mhm,
getting a new contract, and he hadn't really had to rebuild a team, and like he had a slow start, and now he's
mhm,
on some crazy win run, and even under
mhm,
pressure with West Ham, you know,
mhm,
putting in a great performance, he still managed to come out on
mhm.
top. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem like it's slowing down. So I have to give him the respect where the respect's due. So yeah, he's
mhm,
my baller of the week.
yeah. Then ballad of the week. Who's your ballad of the week?
Mine,
Mhm,
my ballad of the week. Uh, that's an interesting one still. This one, this just comes to mind now. I don't know if I should give it Wild or Baller because I like the heart, the spunk
mhm.
of Jamie Redknapp like standing up to Roy Keane, but does he not know who Roy Keane is? Does he not know who he's talking to? I saw an interview with Rio Ferdinand who said that Roy Keane punched up Chris Eagles when he was coming through the youth academy at Man United, just because he was late on the tackle. My man punched him in the jaw, bruv. And it because Jamie Redknapp's on the other side of the camera screen. Do you not think that Roy Keane can just you know what I'm saying? Just go behind the camera and do something. You see what I
No,
mean?
for real,
But
for
now big
real.
him up for the spunk, the
For the
chest.
spunk, yeah, for
But you're
backing
only seeing
his
that
team in
behind the
it.
screen, though.
Exactly. And we all know it ain't true. That is total cap.
Big up him, though.
Nah, my wallet of the week, I can't lie to you, goes to the referees.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
And not stand what this weekend has been poor. United, how can you be saying I can't give the penalty because it's going to be controversial?
Yeah.
Bruh,
That's
that's
peak, bro.
poor.
I can't believe that. Like
I can't believe it.
I thought the penalty in an ideal world, or the penalty appeal in an ideal world, shouldn't have been a penalty. Like, but his hand was in a weird position, bro. Like, and it
Yeah.
touched him first, innit? I feel like if his hand wasn't there, it probably would have just bounced out of the penalty area. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't
Hmm.
that deep, but it was a
You
penalty,
put
innit?
your hand on the ball in
Yeah,
the penalty area, it's a hand.
you know what I'm
It's
saying?
a
And it
handball.
wasn't hit at you, like it was bare time,
Hmm.
and your hand was
Hmm.
just there, like his hand was like
Yeah.
that. It was just
Honestly.
there.
Honestly. And then for me, the Brighton situation, man, you can't blow your whistle to let the free kick go. They
Mm.
score, and then you give the goal, and then you ungive the goal, then you give the goal, then you ungive the goal.
Oh, that was shocking.
That's just
That was
poor. I think
atrocious.
the refereeing this weekend has just been as poor as it was every other weekend. And that's
They've
like
had
we
enough.
said on the away games Instagram,
Yeah.
is the energy is the same for the referees. Forget the team. It doesn't matter whether it's Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle. Refereeing should be the most consistent thing. There's a rule book.
100%. Yeah.
Just follow it.
Yeah.
Just follow that rule book.
They're
It
just
don't
like
matter
F
how
it.
much.
They were like bun it.
Yeah,
That's what they said.
they're just they're just doing whatever they want. VAR's doing whatever it wants. Referees are doing whatever they want. It's just they're poor, so they get my wild out of the week in it.
Calm,
The
calm.
PGMOL, bro.
All right. All right, let's go into extra time, yeah. All right.
Oh yeah,
Catch you
round
guys
off,
there.
round off, round off, round off.
Catch you guys there, yeah. Extra time.
And
This
yeah,
Friday.
out on Friday,
Be there. Be there.
7 p.m.
All
Yeah,
right.
love.
Peace.
That's my good
Yo,
wishes.
yo, yo. All right. So, welcome to Extra Time. Yeah,
Extra
where we
time.
discuss and explore topics within the footballing world that we
Mm-hmm.
have a personal interest in, and we just
Mm-hmm.
want to converse about it. We just want to chat about it. So make
Just
sure you
want to chat
comment,
about
like, and subscribe, and follow us on the socials. Boom.
Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
So, Sean, what do you want to chat about?
My extra time topic this week is I forgot. Where's my extra time topic?
I love that start, like just like that. I believe you wanted to talk about the ones that I don't rely on me because I'm building time, yeah.
Yeah,
So you wanted to
yeah.
talk about
About
that thing,
yeah,
that thing that people do.
yeah. That thing
when
that people do when they play football.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then it
Okay.
becomes
Yeah.
an issue.
No. Yeah, I see how. And do you know what the issue was?
What-
Was when Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher, no, not Jamie Redknapp, were arguing, and Roy Keane started
Yeah,
talking about how being an international does not make you a good player.
exactly.
That's the away
That's what
games
you
topic
wanted
for
to.
today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
is
that I think it is a really interesting question because again,
is
with my friend who supports Chelsea,
mm,
him saying that like he was bare criticizing Man United, and I was talking about Chelsea's international players, and I was saying that makes you a good player, but it doesn't necessarily make you world class, of course not. But
mhm.
being an international, regardless of the nation, to be honest, in my opinion, it makes you a certain level, like a certain standard. So for instance, yeah, I was like, okay, you got
You sure about that?
Christensen, you got Rudiger, um, like okay, no, not Rudiger because Germany are a top nation, but Christensen, he's an international for his nation. They might not be like
Mm.
amazing
Do
when it
you know?
comes,
Yeah.
yeah,
For example, just filling with that knowledge, to be an international, you just have to earn a passport in certain countries. For example,
and be a certain
Zimbabwe.
level, bruv. What do you mean?
No, I promise you, anyone I could go today and I could be in the Zimbabwean international team. Whether that's goalkeeper or on the bench, I'm still an international. Doesn't make me a good baller.
Okay, I think when you talk about international, I mean like ones that qualify for the World Cup or the Euros.
Okay, cool. Let's shorten that bracket and make it be a case of like Euros, even like African Cup of Nations. So like the big leagues within their nations.
Yeah, big teams in their continent.
And then yeah,
Yeah,
continent, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man said nations.
It gets like that still.
It
No, but
happens.
okay, no. Even Europe, because most of the people that play in the Premier League are from Europe. So Europe
Yeah.
or South America. Like even if you want to go,
Mhm.
if we talk about internationals in the Prem, those are really where we're talking about. We're not really talking about anywhere else apart from like some parts of Africa. So
Mm.
and USA. So
Yeah.
like yeah, with that being said, if you're international, like you're gonna be a certain level, like certain caliber of player. You're gonna be good. Like they
You're
wouldn't
gonna be a
treat you.
certain kind of no, I don't think you have to be good because even still with England, Eric Dyer, there is no team in the Premier League that I can tell you I'd rather have Eric Dyer over. That I'd rather have instead of Eric Dyer in any position in centre back or defensive mid.
So
Today's Eric Dyer. Today's
wait.
Eric Dyer.
You mean there's no person that you'd have Eric Dyer over?
Yeah.
So like Sheffield United centre backs, like the team that have the worst record in Premier League history, you
But then
wouldn't.
the thing is I can imagine him there and he'd be captain there.
Yeah,
But
he
then
should be.
if you think about a team like Fulham, would he be there? Brighton, would you have him or Lewis Dunk?
I probably
Oh,
have
one
Dyer
sec. Pause
still.
it. Pause it. Pause it. Pause
Yeah,
it. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it.
same.
Yeah.
Then
Go. Yeah. If you could tell me to choose between Eric Dyer, and Lewis Dunk, I'd choose Lewis Dunk. I think Lewis Dunk is more solid of a defender than Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer makes so many mistakes.
no, but you need to know the position that he's in. No, the like pressure position that he's in compared to Lewis Dunk. So
Okay.
like the amount of pressure that Lewis Dunk will be like receiving each game would actually
Mm,
be more than Dyer because like they will have less possession. You know what I'm saying? They'll
hmm
get more shots and
Yeah.
like attacks against
Yeah.
them. So he's likely to concede more goals than
hmm
Dyer, innit? But
Yeah.
that because Dyer's not going to be facing that much pressure, the concentration is harder to be on. Like, but he needs that concentration to be on for him
mm,
to look good
Yeah.
for his team. Whereas if he
Yeah.
was at Lewis Dunk's club, then I think you'll be doing better. He'll be doing much better.
Yeah. I don't. I struggle to see it because again, if we're taking that whole, let's just take the whole Tottenham squad because obviously that's the argument. Was the Tottenham versus Man United squad is is when you're looking at those two teams, right?
Mm,
Those two teams are both full of internationals. Some
mm,
play for England, some play for other countries. For
mm,
example, Wan-Bissaka
mm.
is not playing at the moment for England, not even being
True,
called up.
true.
Does that not make him? Does that mean he's not a good player?
No. It's a competition.
International, yeah. international doesn't make you a good player. Sometimes it genuinely is just favoritism. The international. If the coach likes you more than another player,
I think
you're
it
more
does make
likely to
you a
get
good
picked.
player, though. It might not make you the best, but I think it
Yeah.
definitely makes you a good player. I think, like, I get where Keane was coming from, but I think there's levels, though. There are levels. Like,
No, I don't think so.
there definitely is favoritism in the sense that if you're playing for a big club like
Mhm.
Southgate or like whoever your national team manager is, they're likely to choose you because of the reputation and the pressure that you're going to be under, and you have to be a
Yeah.
certain mindset and quality to like withhold or upstand that pressure. But
Mm.
when it comes to like, I don't know, let's say um so Jay Ling's he's been an international. Obviously, he's not really in England right now, but um he goes to West Ham and he's their best player. And like all the players around him, like they'll be looking at and thinking, okay, he's been at a World Cup, like he's won Europa League kind of thing. Like these players have never done that. Like,
Mm.
do you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
the perspective is he's an international. That's all it is. He's not like he's not Man United's best player, but he's an
Mm.
international. And a lot of
Mm.
those men at West Ham can't say that, but he's their best player. So
I get what
that's what I
you.
mean. Same with
I
Rice.
understand that, but then even still, like taking West Ham is Suchek is international as well.
Their good players are going to be internationals. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, but it's a weird one because there's all effective players, and they might not be international. So, like
Example,
Antonio,
even like I'll take another player, Grealish. How long has it taken for Grealish to break into the England squad?
yeah, but do you know what? Okay, the youth doesn't count. But he was in like the under so and so for
Mm.
time. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
But then same as Nketiah. Nketiah is top scorer in the under 21s or
Exactly.
something like that. But in the
So
Premier League, can't even score an empty goal. It it doesn't necessarily make you a good. Obviously, like you said, the youth don't count. So we're not counting the youth. We're just talking about international,
yeah,
like playing for England, playing
yeah. But
for.
Grealish is an international. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's only becoming international this season after how long people have been saying that he's probably one of England's best playmakers.
No, but he was in the championship 2 seasons ago. Like I
Yeah, but that's
he
what I'm
still
saying.
had that talent, but
Yeah,
he wasn't seen.
exactly, and that's what I mean. Is like he
Well,
was
he was
still
because he
a
was in the
very
youth, but
he
yeah.
was still a very good player. Because again, okay, go back 2 years ago. Fair enough. I would say that Dele Alli 2 years ago was better than. Wouldn't say
No.
better, but maybe more well known. That's what I
Exactly, yeah,
said.
he definitely
He
was
was
more.
more well known than Grealish was 2 years ago, and
Yeah,
that's probably why he was England's creative midfielder or whatever.
yeah,
But fast forward to now, you wouldn't pick Ali over Grealish,
yeah. But but
even.
this isn't
But
like they're both internationals though. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
When I think of
Hmm.
international, I'm like people that have had players that have had a good amount of time in national team.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so Delhi or Grealish or whoever, if they go to another team, like
Hmm.
they're gonna if the team is above a certain standard, like let's say okay, other than the top six, if you're going to like the eighth place team or the ninth place team, you're gonna be expected to make an impact as an international. Same with the only clubs that international doesn't stand a big weight is like the likes of Man United, Man City, Liverpool, like do you know what I'm saying? These
Hmm.
teams, but that's the bare minimum. Like you're
Hmm.
expected to be an international if you're going to those
International,
clubs.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I mean. There's a certain standard that being an international, that's what. But I get the point. Like
Hmm.
there's some people who don't play for their nation, but
Hmm.
they're good. They're better than some people who do play for their
People that
nation.
play with the
But
nation, yeah,
I think that's the standard
yeah,
is, bruv,
yeah.
how are you
But
not
I think,
playing for your nation and playing for flipping
hmm.
the biggest clubs? It doesn't make sense.
But then I think that's where Jamie Redknapp's point was off key, is when he was like, these players are outstanding, they're internationals. What he was like,
I don't
what does
think he
that
said
mean?
they were outstanding though. I
He said
like
they
how
were
it got.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said
I
they were
like
good.
how it got
When he said they
heated,
were
but
good, he
they
said they were
weren't
great.
saying he wasn't outstanding though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
I don't, when
mean?
we said they were good, they were great. And he was like, they're internationals as a reason as to why people should respect them for that. That's
I,
not a respect factor. Just
I
because
think
you
it is.
played,
You know.
I don't think so. I think because of the fact, because you play for your club week in, week out,
Yeah.
I think that's where you should be judged on. How many trophies have you won? You played international football, but you got no trophies. That doesn't make you a great player. Players like David Beckham, when history passes, yes, he's going to be known for his time in England, but he's going to be known for his time in Man United more so than his time in England.
Not really. Not necessarily.
You don't
No.
think so?
No. Like he's
Wow.
got like England to qualify. Like he scored some real important get goals. Like, and that's how you get the heart of the country as well. Like for your nation. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but even aside from that, like Jamie, like if we think about who is good, yeah, and then we think about like who is a national player in their team, like you should be able to who you think about who's a national player for their team and who's good, like it should be synonymous, right? And when you go to like I don't know West Ham or something like that, and you think about players who have talent but they're not really playing for the national team, and you can see why, like they're either too inconsistent or whatever it may
Mm,
be. Then you can be like, okay, yeah, they're not international standard. International is almost like a
okay,
cup.
do you know
Like
what?
it's like
I
it's
get
not it's like a trophy. That's why they call it
yeah,
caps. Cause every international appearance is an achievement. Like
actual cap, yeah,
yeah, you're rewarded for being good enough that you're
yeah.
called up for your country. So it's
Mm,
like a trophy. It's
yeah.
like, do you know what I
Don't
mean?
don't get. I agree with that to an extent. To an extent, and I get what you mean is that to be able to play for England or Brazil or whatever, you have to be the best in Brazil. You have to
Mm,
be the best in England to be able to play for those teams. You don't get to be in that place without being the best.
yeah.
But what I don't agree with is the fact of thinking that just because somebody is an international, that they
Mm,
are a good player. There are
mm.
so many
I
players
guess
that
I
are
guess it's
better
a
than some of these
generic
players that are
generalization. Yeah.
not. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many players that are good that may not be an international level just because they haven't been seen or recognized yet. For example, even Sancho,
Mm.
he's been
But he's
since
an
Since
international.
he started at Dortmund, he's been balling out. But it wasn't until his name got the buzz that he became the international. But that talent
Mm.
was always there.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
not like
But
that
at the
since
same
he,
time, that talent might have been there, but it wasn't proven. And I think that's
yeah.
part of it. Like internationals
Mm,
are proven. Do you know? It's and
mm.
because you can have that talent, but because English clubs might not want to bring through the youth
Do you know
so
what?
young because they don't trust them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another thing that I could take is not saying he's a dead baller because he's sick, but Bale,
Mm.
he's an absolute baller, but he can go to Madrid, not play for a year, and still be called up for Wales
Yeah.
just
It's
because of who
exactly.
he. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean. Isn't like
Uh,
he hasn't had a good season. He hasn't proven himself. He hasn't earned that spot. He's
But
just given it because of the
nah,
fact
he has to. No,
he's
he like over the time, like he's still Wales' best player. He's their talisman. They
yeah,
look to him like,
yeah.
and but that's what the with him. Yeah, a lot of people were saying like
Even
it's
Ramsey's the
weird because
same.
even when he wasn't playing well for Real Madrid, he would be going to Euro qualifications and still banging in goals left, right, and centre for Wales.
Mm,
So it was a bit of a
mm.
weird one, you know.
But even Ramsey's the same as well. Is that they literally just get caught up. They are when you call these teams, it doesn't matter what they're doing at their club level, they're just caught up because
Yeah,
even the talent pool for Wales isn't that great for them to be able to be like, okay,
true.
let's try something
But
else.
I also think it's because they have that state. It's weird. International reputation works for internationals. Like they've had that time in Wales for long enough that they're a trusted international. So even if they're not playing well now for their club, it's like they are internationals. So you come to your country and do your thing. So once you have that, regular appearance for your country, you just have that trust factor in it. Like you're a professional, you'll get the job done that needs to be done. So yeah, man. I don't can you gave the example of Wan-Bissaka, which was a good one, but like, can you think of a player in a team that's like less than a big six that isn't playing for their national team, but that
Isn't
should
or has never.
never either,
Uh,
either.
if you're gonna say isn't, I'll say Jamie Vardy.
Oh yeah, okay, has never, yeah, because he's had a good run with
Yeah.
England.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so he has played for England, and obviously he stopped playing for England because he wasn't getting picked.
yeah, exactly. But exactly,
Um,
that's the thing. If he put himself forward, he would probably still get picked. So that one's in his hands. What?
even
How many?
Danny Ings, for example, even Danny Ings last season, how many
He's been
goals did he bang?
injured.
And
He's been injured so
he's
through
still
his
not
career.
in contention. He's still not in
Yeah,
contention to
he's
play
been
for
injured
England.
for his whole career. That's why, man. Bro, I'll be real. Like that's why his quality is there.
Hmm.
Like I'm sure he would have been picked. But
Who else can I think of that hasn't played for England?
But like, okay, out of the strikers, like, how many
Mm.
do you get? You get like 5 maybe or 4 in a like England squad.
And the team,
So
yeah,
so yeah, Kane. Then say there's 3 others or 4 others, whatever.
Tammy. At the moment it's Kane, Tammy. I don't even know who else they've got as a
But
striker.
I'm
They've
saying
got
if
a lot of
Vardy
forwards
wanted
that
to,
can
Vardy
deliver.
would.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
what I
don't think
mean?
so. I don't think he pick. I don't think he picked Vardy.
But they're 3 different types though, at least. Like you would
Yeah.
only not pick Vardy if there was someone like him that was better.
Hmm.
But there isn't. Like he's not like
Yeah.
Kane. He's not
Hmm.
like Tammy. So I don't know. Yeah, it's all
Um.
hypothetical. We don't know.
It is what happened. Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's something that's in like Wan-Bissaka's obviously was the best example. Luke Shaw's played international but hasn't played there for a time now.
Yeah. But he will.
Um,
He'll get back.
he will get there one day. Perfect example,
Probably.
Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire does not deserve to be an England cap right now.
What he does? Oh, captain.
No, let's stop it. Yeah.
Wait,
No,
captain.
to be out there. To be out there.
To just be a defender in England, bro.
Uh,
He's
Harry
England's best
Maguire doesn't
defender
deserve it.
by a mile
John
away.
Stones. John
Oh
Stones
yeah, he's
is
had a resurgence. Yeah, but
John
okay.
Stones. Who else is
You're
even
basing
another
that off
good
the
English
last
defender?
like 4 months or whatever.
No, the last couple of seasons. John Stones
John
has been improving
Stones.
John Stones has been improving.
What
People are
are
trying to cap.
you on about?
No, okay, fair enough. John Stones when he first came wasn't the greatest, but
Nah,
season after
not
season
many
he
people are
has
gonna
improved.
agree with you. I put
This
in the comments.
this is his this is his best season by far. But I his last season was better than the season when he first joined City. He has improved under Guardiola. Even okay, Michael Keane.
Last season they were dreadful.
Michael Keane.
What about him? You think he's better than
Over,
Maguire?
yeah.
No, they're not. None of them are better than Maguire. I'll be real.
Okay, what does
Like
Maguire have that they don't?
aerial ability, passing,
Okay, no.
um,
Stones. Stones is a better passer than him.
nah, he's not. Maybe he's equal or so. So,
But then okay, do you know
but
what? Yeah,
even
like
bringing the
you
ball
said,
out from the
okay,
back,
do you
Maguire
know what?
good.
I'll give you one thing is that okay, fair.
His aerial
John
ability is the main
Stones
thing.
John Stones this season has really resurged.
Yeah,
And if he doesn't get picked for the Euros this year,
no, he definitely will. It'll be him and Maguire.
it should be Maguire. And Keane should be there as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying as the 2 centre backs, like like Maguire doesn't miss a ball in the air. Like that alone, his aerial ability is
Very
a
vital.
game
Yeah,
changer
yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
yeah,
Like you,
yeah.
he's just not gonna miss a ball in the air. So
Yeah.
crosses coming in, whatever it may be, that's so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Having a USP, having that like X factor, like in some capacity, is useful, man. Like John Stones he seems to be good at a lot of stuff this season. But I don't. Yeah, I guess he's a ball playing defender. So that's his.
Trying to think of other English centre backs. I'm trying to go through the
Bro,
whole of the Premier
I'm
League.
I'm not even saying Maguire should be there because he's so amazing. No, by no means. I'm
Mm,
saying, brother, it's England's centre backs. So of course,
yeah. But then
there's
obviously,
not much.
but I
Like,
promise you, Eric Dyer will be there. Why Eric Dyer is there, I don't know, but Eric Dyer will be there.
yeah, but I think he should though. Like, okay, if we got like
No,
a choice of 5 centre backs, like, I think he should. Yeah,
no. I think if we have a choice of 5 centre backs, I pick. Funny, even though I just cussed him, Harry Maguire, Michael Keane, John Stones,
yeah,
Rob Holding,
really
and
fair enough.
okay. Do you know what? After that, I can't think of any of
I
us. So
think
maybe just chuck in
five
Eric
is
Dyer.
about right. Yeah, 5 is about right.
Yeah,
Rob Holding's
and
issue is injuries, isn't it?
here he is.
Yeah, man.
And obviously, the fact that he's not playing at the moment as well could work against him.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah. Fair. Another thing I wanted to go through in extra time was England's
mm,
attack. And so
mm,
we just gone through centre backs, yeah. So
mm.
with the emergence of of flipping Phil Foden, so and yeah, Grealish in the last like 6 months or whatever. Who do you think starts in the 4-3-3, like in the front three, or even if it's a 3-4-3? Like how do you get Foden in the system basically? Like so it might be a
Foden,
three because could be 2 like 8s or
mm,
whatever, and then
yeah.
he's one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like
I
what's
think
your attacking line?
I think for me with those three is
Front four.
their defensive mid has to be Declan Rice. he's got that spot and he's just hogging it at
Yeah,
the
cool.
moment.
Just the attack,
And
just the front four, fam.
then the front four,
Like
front
so, like
four,
4-3-3 or maybe
4-3-3.
4-2-3-1. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Okay, let's go 4-3-3. Let's go 4-3-3. But I'm only going one defensive mid, only because I think England have the potential to play Grealish and Mount, or Grealish and Foden, or Foden and Mount. I think England this year
yeah,
at
no,
the
I
Euros
think they
go for it.
could, but one of them, if they do Grealish and Foden, then like one of them's on the wing, bro. Like I don't see them being 2 8s. That's wild. That's so undisciplined. Like yeah, like with
then,
Mount, yeah, but not yeah.
Yeah, that's something as a like, because then the thing is with the wings of England now, this is where you have another problem
That's
because
what I'm.
you've got
Right,
Rashford, Sancho, Sterling.
let me let you speak.
Wait, who else do you have? You have more than that. You got Cho. I think
I don't
Hudson-Odoi
think he'll
deserves a
go.
call up.
I
don't
like
think he'll
him a
go,
lot,
but I think he deserves a call up.
but we
if
got too
he
many
doesn't
already,
go,
though, bro.
if he doesn't go, then I think that's where Foden could take it. He could be the fourth winger.
I think it will be Foden.
But then the thing is as well is when I think about how City play in the middle, Foden is dangerous.
No, but the thing
His
is,
late
he's
runs
not
into
that trustworthy as of yet. That's what Pep said, because his positional sense is still like immature, which is natural, but he will still get you a goal. He'll get you. Do you know what I'm saying?
exactly. And that's
but
why I think that I would prefer him in front of goal, because that's why I think he can really dictate the tempo, and be playing those cute balls.
every time we say take the tempo, we have to
The
do the
tempo.
dance. That's the away
Okay.
games thing. That's what we do on
That's
this show.
the
Anytime you bring up dictate the tempo,
dictate the tempo.
pass the ball, move the ball.
Pass the ball. Match it. Get it back. Pass it. Look up. Pass it. That's away game dictating the tempo.
The away games dance. Yeah.
I genuinely think I prefer to have him in the middle because I think Grealish is more disciplined than him. So that's why I would have Foden and Grealish, because I feel like Grealish, although would want to go forward. And the thing is, both of them can play winger and both of them can play in the midfield.
Exactly, yeah. But I don't think they should both do that at the same time. So if one plays in the midfield and one plays on the wing and vice versa.
But you're right.
Wait, no. Okay, so let's say Kane is your focal point, yeah. I'm assuming so, maybe not, but
yeah.
Let's say it's that. Then you've got what 4-3-3. So what is your 2 wide and 2 center midfield?
So my 2 wide, I'd have to have Sterling on the left. I can't not pick Sterling. Shout out Sterling.
Okay.
He's resurgence, and I can't lie to you. On the right, I'm have to go for Rashford.
Okay.
I like Rashford a lot. I think Rashford is ball. Oh, but then do you know what I like as wingers? Yeah, I like wingers that can cut back in. So that's why I would put Foden on the wing. And then coming in, I'd have Raheem on the left, Foden on the right, Kane in the middle. Then I had Grealish and Mount.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, let me tell you what I'll do. Yeah. So, Foden's really staking a claim, but let's see if it lasts though, because a lot of people, especially the media in England, love to hype up a player that's coming through, emerging. So, I don't think.
No, I lied. How can I even forget? Bakayo's in there as well.
Starting, really.
Bakayo's in that question as well, because Foden and Bakayo
I
at
think
the
he'll be
moment
used as left back. I'll be real, or left wing back.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's jarring. But yeah, Karen is. Yeah, no, you go.
So I don't see it being Cho or Greenwood's time. Like I think it's too soon for them, and I'm thinking about depth. But anyway, yeah, if we were to play a 4-3-3, then I believe, that the 2 8s would be Mount on the right and Grealish in the center. No, this is what I want it to be, because I think Mount's got enough industry energy to get up and down. And I think, with Rice holding, you can have, Grealish on the left of that, and then you got, for me, like Rashi on the left. Like I just think he's incredible on the left. And then you got to have Sterling on the right. Like Sterling's someone who can play on the right. Rashford can't really play on the right. He's not as effective. And one thing that I realized, so that's a 4-3-3. If it was a 3-4-3, which we like to play, so I guess there's like less of an option. I think Mount and Rice could run that centre midfield. Mount and Rice can run the centre midfield. Then I think Grealish on the left, not wing back. That would be like Saka or someone, but the left of the front three, Grealish, Grealish, Kane, and then like
Actually, I want to change my team. I want to change my team.
Sterling on the right, or maybe Sancho. But basically, one thing that I've realised is that I think Sancho's better on the left, and it's a weird one because Man United. Sorry to bring it back, like we've been calling out for a right winger for so long, like to hold it, someone who can really hold that right hand side, and Sancho can do a sick job. But I noticed since like Hakimi was gone, like he hasn't had that overlapping from the right wing back at Dortmund. And he obviously had a slow start to the season. He's had a mad resurgence. Like, that's my guy. He's got like the youngest Bundesliga player under to get to 50 assists. Yeah. But since his resurgence, he's been playing on the left. And although it's a kind of like a free role, like he plays on the left and right, he's been starting on the left majority of the time and just takes on every man. So my point is, like, if I wanted to play Sancho, I'd play him on the left for England. But yeah, so anyway, it'll be Grealish, Kane, Sterling.
I can't even lie to you. You tricked me because you told me you probably had Kane up front. No, I wouldn't have Kane up front because for me, Sterling down the middle. I would have Sancho on the right and either Saka or Foden on the left, and then or have Rashford up front. Those would be the way that I would have that game. Bro, Sterling up front, has scored goals for City. Sterling up front has scored goals for City.
What are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing?
Sterling up front has scored goals for City. But I would genuinely huh? No, I don't care about Kane no more.
No, but it's not about you're using not bias. I don't know what it is.
No.
It's some sort of, it's not even a grudge. I don't even know what it is.
Do you know what it is? I do like Kane, but I think, do you know what it is? For me, when it comes to that front three,
you want it.
I think England need pace.
Yeah, but you need someone to supply the pace. So that's why you have two wingers, like who are pacey, and then you have a focal point who can like slip them in. Or even if you can even have one pacey winger and then one like who's like a Foden. You can have a Foden who's slightly more creative, or even a Sancho, to be fair. Then have Sterling and or Rashford on the other side, or you have like on the other side you can have a Grealish and then you have Sterling or Sancho on the other side. Like balance.
I could put Sterling in the middle. I'd have Jaden on the right, Saka or Foden on the left, and then you can bring Rashford in. Because you're just getting a lot of like that front three would cause you havoc because you're just going 1 minute you're gonna be marking Sterling, next minute he's on the wing. Where's Rashford? He's in the box winning a header.
But it's not really that though, because they're all running. You can't all be runners. You have to have like an orchestrator. So like if they're all running, then no one's gonna get it to them. So the defenders don't need to mark them.
The reason why I say that I'd want to have them there is because I think when you're now talking about who's behind them, which is Foden, Grealish or Mount, I think they have the potential to pick them out. I think that England have that kind of talent to take those kind of risks.
You didn't say those were behind them though. So what is it again? You had
4-3-3. I changed my front three.
So Sterling,
Sancho on the left, Sancho or Rashford on the left.
Yeah.
Saka or Foden on the right. And then behind them, I would have Grealish or Mount if Foden is playing on the left, and if Saka's there, then Grealish and Foden, or Mount and Foden.
Oh yeah, so I'm thinking still in terms of 3-4-3. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. But no, Sterling's just not. He's not as good a finisher as Kane either. So you're just not going to get as many goals.
No, he's not. He's not. But I think it's just more fluid.
Fair enough. All right, fair. Each their own. We'll never know because I don't see it happening. But it's something worth experimenting on South Ballers. Like when we have our next match, jeez, you can try have like a smaller striker rather than like a target man. We'll see how effective that is. But bro, it's been a pleasure discussing this stuff. That's the end of extra time. Make sure you tune in next week and check
Mm.
out our
What we do
weekly
here is go
predictions
back,
for
back,
Game Week
back, back,
27.
back, back, back.
And
Exactly.
yeah, outside.
Loud.